Hello, hello. We are going to be applying some nail strips today called Sunflowers and Butterflies. Hi, I'm Michelle with Bellahoot Boutique or bellahoot.com. These are the tools that you're going to need. Your nail strips will come with a orange stick and a nail file. And then I'm using cuticle scissors today out of one of our manicure sets. As you can see, I have already prepped my nails. That's why you can see that little white line at the bottom. And I did forget my alcohol swab to clean off the oils. So you first want to prep your nails by pushing your cuticles, shaping your edges of your nail strips, and then you can cut off the side of that foil bag and cut your nail strips in half if you only need half. So for me, for example, I have really short nails. I only need half of the nail strips provided, and I can actually do a full manicure and pedicure out of that half. So I'm cutting it in half here. This is my first ever voiceover, so be gentle. Not a professional vlogger by any means. I'm going to choose the sizes that fit my nails. So I'm showing you here that my strip on the one side fell apart into pieces when I cut it, but that's okay. Those three right there are what you can use to do your pedicure. If you have any questions about doing a pedicure out of those three, be sure to comment on the video toes so I can get you instructions on how to do that. Make sure you take off that plastic protective piece once you've figured out which nail strips are going to fit your nails. As you can see, it's not attached to that little silver part, so it's easier to take off over there. And you don't want to forget that step. Removing the plastic part is very important. Since I have short nails, I just cut my nail strip in half. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, my nails are pretty short, so I'm going to have plenty of extra room. Line your nail strip up with one side of your cuticle and then smooth it over to the other side. That's how I do it. You could start at the bottom and go to the top, but this seems to just work really well. I usually get the fit that I want the first. If you see right there, I have a smaller nail strip than I need, so I can gently stretch it, which I just did there, and to make it fit. If you just very gently stretch it, you actually want a nail strip that's too small versus too big, because if you have it over your cuticle, it will not stay on. I'm showing you there not to file side to side, back and forth or up and down, as you will just keep moving the nail strip around. It'll pull up and not stick to your nail properly. You'll end up with jagged edges, which I actually did here because I started going back and forth. I do tend to forget and go to just file it like I'm shaping my nails, and see how I ended up with that jagged edge right there. If you just file downward, for example, and then pick your file up, file down, pick it up, file down, pick it up, you'll end up with a nice smooth edge. So I'm telling you here that I always start with my pinkies and work towards my thumbs. So I do both my pinkies, both my ring fingers, and so on. That way my thumbs, which I use the most, are not done until the end. So there, I was just showing you, I usually keep my nail strips there when I am applying them in the car, and I quickly applied some off camera. Showing you my cuticle scissors there are curved. That way you can trim off that silver edge and have that nice curved cuticle on the other side of your nail strip when you're cutting them in half and using both sides. And that's good to not waste your nail strips. You can save them later for their in the Mylar bag. You can actually close that with a flat iron. So I know I've gone really fast here, but this is just to show you how quickly you can apply these. As I did these off camera, I did 4 nails off camera. You'll actually see me now do 4 more nails. So you can see that it doesn't take that long. I think even with having a bunch of mishaps in the car, because I was really nervous to do this video for some reason. I have no idea why. Maybe because I've never done one in the car. Maybe because I was using a tripod I've never used, all kinds of things. But either way, if you see those little ridges right there at the edge, those are little air bubbles. So I'm just going to smooth them out. And I don't know if you'll notice, but you'll get to see me do it on the next 3. Like I said, I lay one side down on the cuticle. So say if I'm on the left side of my finger, I lay the nail strip down by my cuticle, smooth it over to the right side, and then I fold down the edge of the nail strip. So you're going to see me do that here. Line it up, smooth it around. I can stretch it there if I need to, and then I fold it down. And then that way when I start filing, again, I file just one direction. So this one I'm going up. So up, and I don't touch the file for the downward motion. And then I take my thumbnail and I actually just help cut the edge of that nail strip off. I'm really like getting my nail strip done fast versus perfect. So you'll see, I think on this next one, if not the last one, the thumbnail, that I do actually not stretch it over um, to cover up that space. And for me, that's fine. No one really looks at my nails as closely as I do. People ask about them, which is wonderful, and enjoy um, learning about them. But um, as you can see, like I said, they're just super simple to do. You can do them on the go. I normally do my nails in the car. Usually my husband's driving and we're headed out of town somewhere. And, I throw my trash in the little handle of the door, and then at the next rest stop, I can throw them out. And so in this case, I'm actually sitting outside my kiddos' karate studio while they started a 1.5 hour karate class. And it took me about 15-ish minutes to put these on, except for the fact that I left one of the plastic strips on, which I told you, don't do that. It's really, really hard to get them off once you cut the nail strip in half. So that little plastic coating that protects it, this is the one I don't. This thumbnail right here is the one that I did not stretch over. So, and that's it. So once you'll see that I finished that thumbnail, I'll show you all my nails done, and it's pretty simple. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching.